Usman Khawaja scored his maiden double century in Test cricket with an unbeaten 204 at lunch on day 2 of the first Test in Galle. It is also the highest Test score by an Australian batter on Sri Lankan shores. Led by his monumental batting effort, Australia continued to dominate the Test as they plundered 145 runs in the session, losing only the wicket of Steve Smith, who fell for 141. The hosts went to lunch at 475 over 1. Khawaja and Smith merrily carried on from where they had left off on day 1. The Sri Lankan spinners, after bowling negative lines outside leg stump in the third session day 1, went back to bowling outside off with the new ball. But the two batters were happy to knock it around and get their eye in once again as Khawaja quickly moved to 150. The batters were more aggressive against Nishan Peris, not allowing him to settle, scoring frequent boundaries off him. Steve Smith danced down the track to loft a few boundaries over extra cover before carving one away to the backward point fence off Jeffrey Vandersay. Sri Lanka missed a run-out chance of Khawaja after he had lazily wandered outside his crease. Sri Lanka picked up Smith in the first over after the drinks break. It was a very good set-up by Vandersay, who had gotten the first ball to sharply spin past his outside edge. He followed it up a couple of balls later which held its line and straightened to wrap Smith on the back leg, trapping him plumb in front of the stumps. It brought the third wicket stand of 266 runs to an end. It brought debutant Josh Inglis to the crease, who got off the mark with a flick to the boundary. The runs then began to flow freely for the Australians as they managed to find the boundary in every over, racing past the 450 mark. Khawaja got to his 200 with a single past Prabhath Jayasuriya and raised his bat and helmet to soak in the applause from the crowd. The only other half chance the hosts created was when Inglis played a premeditated reverse sweep and almost chopped it back onto the timber behind him. Inglis and Khawaja have now registered an unbeaten fourth wicket partnership of 74 runs.